It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer called Brahma, and it's from Cerveja do Brasil, Rio de Janeiro. It's 4.3% ABV in a clear glass bottle. Looks like a lager to me, more than likely is. There's the bottle cap. Let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. The beer was kindly sent to us by beersofeurope.co.uk. The UK's largest online beer store with a great selection of beer from around the world, the UK, while you just take this one from Brazil. I know it's an international beer, I know this is easily accessible. I see it in most pubs I go in, so maybe not this one, but they sure do some great beers from Germany, Belgium, the UK, America, Australia, New Zealand. They do some cracking beers. So check out beersofeurope.co.uk. Let's get this beer out into a glass and see what we get. So, clear glass of beer, carbonation rising up the middle. It's a two-finger head that, as you can see, it's dissipating quite quickly. It's now quickly becoming a one-finger head. Clear, looks like a lager. Let's dive into the aroma. Yeah, typical, generic lager that's brewed the world over. Small hint of lemon, small hint of malt, bit of corn. That carbonated aroma you get from these beers. Let's dive in. Cheers. Yep. And a very, very tasteless lager. There's next to no presence to this beer whatsoever. Next to no flavour. We get that forced carbonation on the tongue. And it slides down to nothing. Just a bit of corn. The slightest hop bitterness. And a little bit of lemon. And for its blandness, it's probably the biggest reason why it's sold all over the world. Because believe it or not, a lot of people out there, they just, or what they've been taught really, it's probably not their fault. It's a difficult one. But take my father. Recently, and I've been trying for about 4 to 5 years, with trying him with new beers, getting him to understand beer, getting him to understand the hops and the malts, and he's only recently just been interested. Before that, his only words were, "This is too strong." And I said, "What, the flavour is too strong? The alcohol is surely not, it's not a big alcoholic drink, it's flavour." But the flavour was too strong. He's now enjoying his pale ales. It's taken him years, but he's now enjoying his pale ales. And I'm glad. It's been a lot of hard work, but he's finally getting there. He'll go to Wetherspoons, he'll start ordering pale ales, maybe an IPA, and he's just getting it. You know, he's just getting that little bite for the hops, that little thirst for the hops. But of course, where did he come from with his drinking habits, his beer habits? John Smith's, Boddington's, Carling, Foster's, and all of them beers, if you try them, if you drink them, it's like blandest, the most blandest beer wins the competition. It's like a competition to brew the most blandest beer in the world, so that it gets cooled down on a hot summer's day. And it's just kind of cold and refreshing. That is the only thing that these beers have got going for them, these mass-produced beers. And the reason why I'm telling you these stories and these little bits and pieces about bringing my father into the beer drinking world is that I've got nothing to say about this beer. There is nothing I can say about this beer whatsoever, other than it's fizzy, it's a little bit of corn, the slightest lemon flavour, and the smallest amount of hop bitterness on the back end. There's nothing more I can say. So what I was saying was that the blandness of the beer is what has got it to be where it is. It's like, it's acceptable. It was acceptable. Things are changing drastically. Things are changing very quickly. In terms of craft beer, there's new bars opening all the time. There's new breweries opening all the time. There's new beers coming out all the time, and there's a lot of variety now. And things are finally moving away from this nasty 70s, 80s, 90s, early 2000 trend of drinking absolutely bland beer. So that's my explanation as to why this beer has sold so well all over the world, is because when brought down to temperature, nearly freezing cold, on a hot sunny day at a barbecue, 4.3%, you could drink 8 of these and still be fine, and not worry about taste. Just drinking beer, just drinking for the sake of drinking. I don't know what the point would be of drinking eight of these. I certainly couldn't do it. I'll probably won't even finish this. As he takes another sip. But I did that to give you a rating. This is a particularly bland beer. I've had other beers from Mexico, Brazil even, Mexico, all over Europe, Efes. Oh, I can't even name these lagers. They go out of my mind so quickly. They're so boring, but they've got a little bit more to them than this. This is probably the worst in terms of blandness, in terms of nothing. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10. So 1 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Put your comments in the comments box. Check out beersreviewed.co.uk. Please subscribe to our daily beer reviews, and cheers.